Hi there, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. I teach vintage and antique lovers how to create successful antique businesses that they love. One of the ways I do that is through these videos. And today I'm going to be focusing on some truly amazing farmhouse finds. I'm going to start with a couple pieces down here so I don't forget them. This is one of my favorite pieces that I'm going to show you today. I am calling this the French style cutting board because of the shape of the handle, the beauty of the patina. Look how thick that cutting board is. It is so heavy. I paid $12 for it at a restore in Hudson, New York, and I plan to sell it on Etsy in the $100 to $125 range. It's a beauty. I have an article on my website about how to clean cutting boards. I will link to that below. And here's the second piece. I'm in love with this little shelf. Okay, I'm in love with everything I'm going to show you today. So I'll try to stop saying that. Not super old, maybe the 60s, but I love the unfinished. I like the unfinished wood. I like the scalloping here on the shelves and up on top. Anyway, paid $5 for it, and I will price it at about $40 in my antique booth. Here's another wooden piece since we've been talking about wood. Look at this firkin. Again, love, enjoy the unfinished wood, great bent oak wood handle. It is a little bit newer. It's got staples. Older firkins would have had nails here, little tiny nails, but really beautiful and in great condition. I'm gonna say like 1940s, 50s, something like that. Maybe a little bit older, but in any event, I hope to sell it for about $85 to $90. I paid $10 for that firkin because it's definitely worth it, right? Now, I rescued this amazing ash splint basket with the beautiful handle that's been woven right into the basket. It's got these dyed decoration right here around the edge, but look at the poor thing. Yeah, so I paid $1 to rescue her. No idea what I'm gonna do. I feel like I just want to insert something in there and then sell it as a shelf piece, shelf decoration. If you have any ideas, let me know, okay, in the comments. All right, now I picked up these utensils, wooden utensils at Salvation Army because they were 79 cents and they're just beautifully made. They feel great in your hand. And I think they will sell nicely for about $5 or $6 or maybe $10 each. We'll have to see. Have you seen one of my recent articles on the blog is all about cheese crocks. And I feature a couple from Win Schuler Restaurant. Can you see that? There we go. Win Schuler Restaurant is in Michigan. And they became quite well known for their cheese spread, and they would sell it in these little darling little crocks. And so I paid $1.99 for this one, and I would value it at about $12 to $15. Now, how about some ironstone? I have had great luck recently picking up some amazing pieces of ironstone. Let's start with the least amazing. How's that? I picked up 7 of these little Johnson Brother plates, little bread plates, and I plan to keep them because sometimes we have parties that friends bring over appetizers, or at Christmas, you might have some appetizers before dinner, and these are kind of like a really good sized plate for that. These are by Johnson Brothers, well-known pottery in England, and this is a newer mark, probably from about the 1970s. I paid $2.99 for the set of 7. And I think that's a really good price for those. If I was gonna sell them, I'd probably sell them for about $15 for 6 of them. I just picked up this ironstone mold last weekend at a thrift store, a private thrift store. It was marked $8, but purple was half off that day. And so I paid $4 for it, and just so beautiful on the inside. Not marked on the back. No mark there. And I sold one recently for $32. So I'm gonna value this at about $32. This little plate, little bowl plate, shallow. I don't know if that is part of a children's set or not. I'm thinking possibly. It's signed Matic, which is another well-known English pottery. And I sold a similar one recently for $8 at my antique booth, all on its own. Not huge value, but has an incised mark there on the back, which makes it a little more attractive to potential buyers. And here is the piece that I am most excited about right now. And that is this gorgeous ironstone pitcher. It is signed on the bottom, Homer Laughlin. Oh my gosh. So that's an American pottery, and it actually says hotel on the bottom. So this was probably made for a hotel. This is what I would call late period ironstone or early period restaurant ware. It's really not restaurant ware-ish, right? Because the handle is applied after the fact. It doesn't have that pure whiteness that most hotel ware has. So I'm going to call it late ironstone, meaning about 1900s. And it was in a bowl in a small private thrift shop that I went to in Kingston. And they were priced at $40 for the pair, but they didn't match. The bowl was not Homer Laughlin. And so I asked if I could buy the pitcher separately. He said, what would you like to pay? And I said, $20. And he said, yes. So $20, I would like to sell this for $75 to $85. Last piece of ironstone is this adorable jar. It's French. It says Lorraine creme. So Lorraine is queen. So this is the queen of creams. These go for quite a lot. If the lid was in perfect condition, it would go for probably $50 to $60 on Etsy. I paid $3 for it, and in this condition, I'm thinking, I've actually thought about selling it without the lid, since the lid is so unattractive, but I think it should go for about $30 to $40, even in this form. People love these pieces of ironstone that have these typography and advertising on them like that. Okay, that's it for ironstone. Here are 2 more pieces of pottery. I picked this one up not too long ago. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen a few of these items, including this bowl, which I paid $4.99 for at a Salvation Army. Sometimes people don't believe the low prices that I'm able to get for things. It's because I shop quite a lot. Almost every weekend, at least one day, sometimes 2 days. So I'm calling this McCoy. McCoy made these nice bowls with square bottoms, often with square bottoms. And with this kind of decoration, it probably has a name that I will have to research. I think blue is an unusual color. I would call this yellowware. This is a blue yellowware bowl. I know that's confusing, but you can find yellowware in different colors. Green is a common secondary color. It's in really pristine condition. No chips, no crazing. And so I'm gonna say $65 to $75. Maybe a little bit lower. I like to get my hopes up. Sometimes I get my hopes up. Okay, and here is a bowl, another mixing bowl. This one is also by Homer Laughlin. Different mark, different era. I would date this to about the 1930s or 40s. This poppy, sort of poppy-ish flower on the front. And it is also in amazing condition. And I picked it up at a Salvation Army for $2.99. And I will price it at about $40 to $50. Now I have a few metal pieces for you, including this little milk bucket. I paid $2 for it at a Salvation Army, and I will price it at about $20. Very cool pair of old scissors. They are signed WIS. It's very hard to make out because of the aging on the surface, but WIS, W-I-S-S, is a very common scissor manufacturer in America. And I have an article all about scissors on my website, and I will link to that below. I also have a number of articles about ironstone and baskets, and I will link to those below as well. Here's a nice piece. I call these coffee servers. Not sure 100%, but look at that gorgeous wooden handle. It is marked 100% pewter, and the mark has a crown in it, and so I believe this possibly came from England, and I will price it at about $35. It does have a little dent there, which is unfortunate. This is my last piece of metal. I am absolutely, yes, I am in love with this brass kettle with the wooden handle, the rivets here on the handle, and it is signed, embossed on the bottom, incised on the bottom, made in Italy, and I did pay $5 for it. I hope that it will sell in the $75 to $85 range. I mean, it definitely has issues, right? It's got a little bit of corrosion, it's got some dents, but I think it's a stunning statement piece. That's my feeling. I'll report back to you on that. Okay, a couple of pieces of glass, and then we finished with our Farmhouse finds. Here is, I don't believe this is really old, and I do love these jars. I use this size in my laundry room to hold whitener and to hold, I have washing sheets that I use, and I put them in here, and you can put dryer sheets in them also, or your wool dryer balls. So this was $4. I paid a little more than usual for it because of the Hershey's on the front. I think that will be very appealing to some buyers in the $25 range. And I picked up this glass pestle. Mortar and pestles sell super well. It's especially nice when you have both pieces, right? This is an abandoned pestle. $3 at a Restore, and I will price that at about $12. Last piece for today is this Ball Improved canning jar, aqua canning jar, and I would date it to the turn of the century, early 1900s, and with a zinc lid, which I have many extras, it should bring about $30, $25 to $30. Nice jar. Have a whole a price guide and a collecting guide all about canning jars that I think you would really enjoy. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun seeing all of my, what I think are truly amazing farmhouse finds. I'd love it if you'd give me a thumbs up, if you'd leave a comment, if you'd subscribe. Visit me at my website, AdirondackGirl@heart.com. And as always, happy hunting.